Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video in Raid Shadow Legends. Today is the start of two pretty nice things that coincide together, which is the start of a new summon rush, which is not related to any sort of fusion fusion champion or whatever for Molly. It is just a plain old summon rush, most likely to just get rid of those sacred shards that we just got if you did complete that champion training event. The maximum prize was at 2,500 this morning, just like a normal summon rush would be. I was glad to see that they didn't up it to 3,000, even though they probably could have gotten away with it. I don't know. I would have been upset. I don't know how upset everybody else would have been. But I'm glad to see that they stayed with 2,500 for this legendary skill tome. But before I even woke up this morning, an announcement went over on Discord saying that there was a lot of people finishing this event so quickly, especially because of something else that we're going to go over in a minute, that they edited the event to include another row of rewards. And if you were so inclined, or if you had enough shards saved up, you could continue on and get up to 6,000 points, which is a little over double what this was. But if you had the shards, I mean, technically 2,500 to 4,500 is only 2,000 more, and you get a whole extra legendary skill tome. And then from this point to this point is 1,500, which is another whole legendary skill tome. Really, the reason to do these events is for the legendary skill tome, so the fact that you can get it cheaper and then cheaper again is nice. You just don't really get any of these little rewards along the way, because from here to here you do get a 5-star chicken and 1,000 energy, which is kind of nice, but from here to here you only get a 5-star chicken. I guess I would have liked to see this at 2, just because, I mean, there's 2 rewards for the exact same, or 2 exact same rewards for different prices. But I mean, honestly, if you're getting up to this point, you're really just going for the legendary skill tome anyways. But like I said, it's nice to, if you really had that much saved up, it's nice to get cheaper legendary skill tomes, which is really the reason to do this in the first place. And if you can get up to 4,500, you can get the nice 1,000 energy and a 5-star chicken, which is nice. Point values never change. Glad to see that. I don't know anyone who would want those to change in particular. So that's the Summon Rush event. As you can see, I already opened my shards. I did it this morning with my children, and I have to... they just talk so much over myself, so I just record it muted, and then I'll go over the video with a voiceover now. But the reason to poll is because we have a Sacred Shard double chances for legendaries from Sacred Shards. And you can see that here, 12% instead of the usual 6%. This went down to 88 to accommodate for that. And as you can see, I have no shards. I used all my shards. In combination with my mystery shards, I will be able to get the legendary skill tome. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Alright, I think I got it to go away. But I'll be able to get that legendary skill tome from the Summon Rush event, so I'm happy about that. Tomorrow we'll be starting a new Dragon Tournament, which appears to be, I mean, it is unrelated to Molly Fusion, so we'll have to see what kind of rewards we get for that. Hopefully it'll be nice. But without further ado, one thing I forgot to mention is the last time there was a Void double XP, or double chance, which was, I don't know, maybe a week or 2 ago. It didn't feel like it was that long ago. I did pull, I think, 4 shards, and I was just so busy during that time I wasn't able to post a video about it. So in a similar fashion, I recorded it at least, so we can at least go over my pulls for that now, and this will be a nice, like, rounding out summoning video for all of my summons that I got. Oh, what just happened? There we go. I got a Huntress, rare champion. And if anyone else has experienced this would be interesting to know. But I seem to notice that it takes a lot longer to do summons in the PC version. We got another rare Stitched Beast. But I can sit there and just click the next summon button a million times, and it just seems to not want to work sometimes. And a third out of 4 rares, we got Retainer, defensive rare, Dark Elf, and last but not least, if the button will work, there we go. Let's see what we get here. And we get a 4th rare, Fellhound, which is actually a good rare. I do have a Fellhound currently being worked on, and I'm also, this past week or whatever, I got a lot of oops, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place right now. Got a lot of updates, and so on my Windows updates, and it messed with my OBS settings, and so, goodness, I got a hair. For this morning's video, when I was doing these polls, I didn't realize it, but no audio was recorded. And if any of you have tried to use other programs with the PC version of Raid, then you'll notice that the audio also cuts out when you're on something else. So the reason why there was so much switching around right there is I just pulled up the Nox version of Raid, and I'm using that as just like background music because, as you can see by no shard sounds, I just don't have audio for this video, which was unfortunate. And I was trying to bring up my audio to make sure that I had something, and I actually don't. But there was the first rare, and we got another rare, Bone Knight. There's me clicking frantically, trying to get the next summon to go on. And let's see, I felt like I got a lot of lizard men today. I can tell you that in advance, which is kind of funny, but where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Ancient Shards. I didn't pull them during a 2x Ancient Shard chance for epics and legendaries. And that was mainly because I just had a hole in my pocket, or like felt it burning in my pocket, the Ancient Shards, and I just wanted to open it. And I feel like these videos are much nicer when you got a decent amount of shards to open and not just 2 sacred shards that I had. There's another metal shaper. Anyways, and by the time, I mean, say one of these Ancient Shard events come up very recently, so what, I would have lost 0.5% for legendaries. I mean, it is nice to have, but it is also nice to get legendary skill tomes whenever you get the chance. And I would not have been able to get a legendary skill tome from the Summon Rush event if I didn't use these. So that was my reasoning. Here is a nice little epic here, Missionary. I don't think I'll ever actually use him. And he is a duplicate of one that's already sitting in my vault. But it's nice to at least see an epic instead of just a bunch of rares. So let's see, we got Executioner, and we got 20 more Ancient Shards to go through. Me frantically clicking, trying to get the button to work. And so I opened the Void Shards during a double Epic and Legendary time. I opened the 2 Sacred Shards at the end of this video. I'll be opening, and I'm opening that during a 2x Legendary event, which I would definitely save all Sacred Shards for something like this, which is a 2x event, because those are so rare, and it's a 6% increase instead of just a 0.5% increase. It's actually substantial, and so it's very smart to save them for this. When it comes to Ancient Shards, they come so often, and if you have another good reason, like I did for the Legendary Skill Tome, then I'd say go for it. But if you're not going for it, then it'd probably be better to just save them. But as you can see, I'm still getting a lot of rares, which obviously is bound to happen with this, which just Ancient Shards. But I was hoping at least for some epics. And of course, out of the sacreds, I hope to get a legendary with the double chances. I have yet to pull a legendary from sacred shards. I want to go back and through all my videos and try to count them all up. And then I guess I would just have to try to count how many I've done off screen before I started doing videos in general as well. But I have not yet pulled a single legendary out of a sacred shard. And I feel like with how many I've pulled over the course of me playing this game, I should have pulled at least one, even with a 6% chance. And since they started doing these double chance events, I've pulled all my secrets from those double chance events, so that's 12%. So it's shocking to me, but I really hope that I can pull something today with the 2 that I have. All right, 10 more ancients, and then we'll get to those 2 sacreds. And we're just getting rares after rares. I had 29 to start with, and we got 9 left, so we've gone through 20, and I've gotten a single epic. And that was missionary. I was really hoping for something better than that, and I really hope out of these last 9 that we get something good. Nope, still more rares. Most people are probably very excited to open shards and hope for the best. I obviously hope for counterattack champion. Any of the 3 would be great. Can't really think. Probably Juliana would also be a good one. Just any really good clan boss champions, a cult brawler or something like that. I yet to have a poison champion in my team, and we're still getting rares on rares on rares. 6 more ancient shards. Let's hope we can get one of those good champions. Another reason to open these ancient shards was just because, like I said, I didn't want to just open 2 sacred shards when I had like almost 30 other shards that I could open and hope for something good. So I was hoping for some epics, and with 4 left, it looks like we might just have that one, which would be a real downer, because I can't think of any actual rares that I don't have that I would actually use. The motion or the blur in this is really weird on the dogs. It seems like their entire character model is just blurred out, whereas most of the other people that are actually upright standing are actually in focus. All right, 2 ancient shards left. Let's see if we can get anything. And we got another rare executioner. I'm just now noticing that I'm still not getting any desktop audio from the Nox player. Hey, another epic, and it's Chitus. What was he used for? Rosin Scarhide? I don't remember now. Maybe it was Foley. But I think this is my first one that I have back in my vault, because I used the one that we fused up. Alright, Sacred Shard time. 1 out of 2. It's an epic, and it's Lich. I already have him. Very sad that I got him. Another Sacred, and we got another epic. Hey! Thanassel. I do not have him yet. I know he can be good. I don't know if I'll actually find use for him in my current lineup. And we can relog in now. There. But there's that, I guess. I got Thanassel. That was the only new character or new champion that I got out of all of my shard pulls. Everybody else I had. Well, that was somewhat disappointing. I was hoping for something better, obviously. Hopefully you guys got some better pulls than I did. Let's see. I wanted to ask you guys your opinion. I got 5-star there, 5-star there, 5-star, 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 5-star. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have a 5-star chicken sitting there. So I got 7 5-stars. Obviously, I'm ready for someone to get up to a 6-star. And I don't know who my next choice is, whether or not I just save it, because I just use all my shards. I got nothing right now. And so obviously I was hoping for a good champion to use for a 5-star to 6-star upgrade. But as you just saw, I got nothing useful there. I have these legendaries. Obviously, legendaries are usually pretty good to bring up, but I haven't used these guys well enough yet to know if they have any use for them. And I know Lord Chamfer and Errol aren't really the best legendaries to begin with, and Mortu Macabre I feel is in the same boat, even though he's got a speed aura, which might be nice. I just haven't found really any use for him. Eventually, for missions, you have to ascend get a 6-star ascension for all 4 of the, what is it called, affinities. And so I got Tayrel here that I can use for blue. I got Rosin for red. I got Molly for green. I don't have a single, well, I have one Void that I actually brought up to 6-star, and she's already got the 6th ascension. And so the only one I would think about bringing in my current lineup is Veteran. Excuse me, because he can be useful in Clan Boss still if I run into below 50% affinity that my team just can't handle. If say it was, what is it, green? No, red. If it was force affinity, Tayrel could hit a bunch of weak hits and never get his attack down, and then I'm screwed. Well, I can throw in Veteran instead and have him keep the attack down up. That's the only reason I would think about doing Veteran. Other than the fact that he is Void affinity, and I need that eventually. So he's not really top on my roster to do right now. I got Shield Guard. I don't have enough crit damage on him yet for him to be very viable. I feel like I've seen him do pretty crazy stuff before, but right now mine's only at like 160, and I feel like you need him 200, 250 at least for him to be as good as he wants to be. And so he's a candidate, but really in my mind the only people I have that I would do are like this Z right here, and I mean maybe Sinisha, but I don't have her geared. If you guys think that she's really good, that would be good to know. Maybe I could focus on her more than I currently do. But if any one of you guys can think of one of my champions that I would want to bring up to 6-star, let me know, and maybe I can focus on them more than I already do. If you didn't know, I got Molly up to 6-star, so she's not worrying about her. And really that's it, is what you see right here. If none of these guys are good enough, kind of like the way I feel like they are not good enough, I can just save it up and have 2 6-stars saved up by the next time I think about it. But I feel like I'm just in a rut where I don't have much expansion to go on unless I get some other champions in my roster, unless I'm just not seeing a champion's potential that they obviously could have. So I posed that question to you guys. Let me know in the comments if you know a champion that I have that I'm not using that I should definitely be looking into, and if you would take him to 6-star, let me know. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.